AI technology is almost completely accessible at our fingertips. Every person with the internet and a smartphone can use advanced forms of artificial intelligence such as chatgpt, DALL-E 2, Midjourney, and among others. Its rapid growth and potential is such that we can at least affirm they are as close as an alien species among human beings. But are they really what we perceive them to be? In the span of a few years and months, a few decades in the 21st century, we've seen the resurfacing of intelligent softwares capable of producing art, music,
But I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo.
deepfakes,
I am not Morgan Freeman, and what you see is not real. Well, at least in contemporary terms, it is not.
chess playing, and so on and so forth. We are seeing live and direct how history is being written in front of our eyes, with AI capable of such skills that in the past only existed in our imaginations. Currently, a lot of companies like BuzzFeed or Vice are at risk of going out of business since AI is capable of writing engaging articles for them. Similarly, Duolingo and Google are also at risk of losing traffic and revenue, with AI being a substitute for language learning and translation. Needless to say, the collective anxiety surrounding AI is completely understandable. Let's take a step back and analyze from a broader perspective. The nature of our history and of human evolution can be simplified in one concept: change is the only constant. For example, horse riding is dated all the way back to the year 3000 before Christ. That means we've been traveling in horses for thousands and thousands of years, until the decade of 1880s, mass-producing vehicles was much more efficient, faster, and cheaper. We see the fruits of such labor everywhere now, what we nowadays know as cars. Another example, how we used to have many different gadgets, like PCs, laptops, CDs, USBs, until one person by the name of Steve Jobs thought of putting everything together in such a small portable size that we could carry everywhere, and thus smartphones were born. It's humans' nature to be constantly improving and perfecting themselves. With that in mind, we go to the point now. AI is no different. What we've only regarded as works of science fiction is nowadays reality. History repeats itself, and we see this evolution of AI, which is very capable of efficient production of repetitive tasks, and even artificial forms of creativity and emotional intelligence, which we'll get to in a bit. Right now, at the time this video was created, artificial intelligence is merely a tool. You can see people using AI now to learn new skills and even automate money making.
If you are not using AI tools every day of your life, you're making a huge mistake.
Adopt the mentality that AI isn't here to replace me, it's here to supercharge me.
You can do a quick search on YouTube and you will find hundreds and thousands of videos. People who understood the application of AI to help them automate $20,000, $50,000 or even more per month. Human brilliance is what drives ideation and creation, and AI works as a means to get there more efficiently. This is a fact. Right now we are looking at one of the most powerful tools, and we have access to it even if it's not perfect. Every person on Earth with connection to the internet and a smartphone is able to access advanced artificial intelligence that can generate information based on data and input that they receive. If you are not already doing it, perhaps you should use AI to your advantage too. Even I used AI in specific parts of this video. We should learn how to use AI now as it continues to evolve. A quick skim through the internet and you can find almost anything related to this, including tutorials and step-by-step guides. And as the years pass, those who adapt now and understand the way to generate good value out of AI are the ones who will have the upper hand in job hunting or any other area, if it's business, studying, entrepreneurship or anything. Because I gotta tell you the truth, guys. I'm really sorry to tell you this, but AI will take away jobs. These are jobs that can be easily automated, while others would still require human input, and some others will find themselves in a mixture of human AI input. The development of artificial intelligence dates back to the mid-20th century, when Alan Turing first proposed the concept, and since then, substantial progress has been made, including the well-known Turing test. AI has been growing ever since, and we will explore today this AI system that was released publicly on the internet November 30th, 2022, which can be considered a significant event in the history of AI growth. I'm talking about ChatGPT. Since then, it's taken the internet by surprise and greatly improves on the usefulness of previous chatbots. The advanced technology allows users to log into the chatbot and ask it natural language questions, the same as a human would interact with another human. We will do an analysis on the process that ChatGPT uses to produce content, and what better way than to have the application itself let us know how it works.
As an AI language model, my process of producing content involves several stages. Here is a general overview of the process. Input: I receive input in the form of a prompt or question from a user, along with any relevant context or information. Understanding: I analyze the input using natural language processing, NLP, algorithms to understand its meaning and context. This involves identifying the parts of speech, syntax, and semantics of the input. Generation: based on the understanding of the input, I generate a response or output. This involves drawing on a large database of text and information to generate a coherent and relevant response. Evaluation: I evaluate the generated response to ensure that it meets certain quality criteria, such as being grammatically correct, semantically coherent, and relevant to the input. Output: I provide the generated response to the user as output, along with any relevant context or information. Under the surface of my programming, there are complex algorithms and models that enable me to understand and generate natural language text. These include deep neural networks, transformers, and other machine learning algorithms that have been trained on large datasets of text. My programming also incorporates a wide range of knowledge sources, including encyclopedias, dictionaries, and other reference materials, which help me to generate accurate and informative responses.
There is a similar process that is implicitly embedded in the way that ChatGPT generates content. This is called first principle thinking. The main idea is that you boil a situation or a concept down to its fundamental core truths and build up from there. It's the act of deconstructing something and then rebuilding it. AI can do this as well, albeit in a more simplistic manner. At this moment, the human brain is much more efficient in this distillation process, while remaining truthful to the original vision or prompt. ChatGPT will scan your prompt and break it down, while simultaneously analyzing it. Then based on the analysis, the AI will produce output based on the original prompt. That's the important point here. The responses ChatGPT produces are merely and purely based on human input. And this marks the difference between a human being and an AI. We've mentioned earlier about how artificial intelligence can produce creative arts like the pages Midjourney or Night Cafe. Some AI are even suited for human interaction with awareness of empathy and the range of emotions. Examples being the app Replica, where you get to interact with an AI that was developed with the purpose of talking to a human being. Rest assured, it's 100% artificial intelligence. What sets humanity apart from AI is intrinsic value. What do I mean by intrinsic value? You and I can see that both examples have technique and composition. We can agree with that, yes? To put things shortly, art that is produced by artificial intelligence feels empty. The intrinsic value of something is said to be the value that that thing has in itself or for its own sake or in its own right. AI may emulate or even appear to have inherent value, warmth, connection, or even a soul. These characteristics can be learned by AI. They may understand them, but they won't inherently produce these characteristics because the data they operate on is purely driven by algorithms. But you could say that emotions are also data. AI operates on data that changes and evolves based on input, and their logical framework can only grasp the surface level of the complexity in human interactions, emotions, sense of community, or moral implications about right or wrong. You could say that the data that artificial intelligence comes to learn will grow into a cognitive understanding of the human range of emotions. But the main difference is that we as human beings experience emotions because we've evolved to have them. According to Charles Darwin's theory of evolution, natural selection enabled us to have emotions, which in turn is beneficial to our own survival and reproduction. Emotions such as fear, anger, and joy are innate and universal to all human beings because they have helped us survive in our evolutionary history. For example, fear helps us avoid danger, anger helps us defend ourselves and our resources, and joy helps us form social bonds. AI, on the other hand, do not need emotions for their survival. They don't need intrinsic value for them, merely exist to focus on task completion and data analysis. They are very capable of emulating empathy based on output such as the subtext in human speech, voice tonality, body language, facial expression, and so on. This in turn can give them an advantage in automated customer service jobs like call centers. We can see this in the following example.
So how can I help you? Hi, I'm calling to book a woman's haircut for a client. I'm looking for something on May 3rd. Do you have anything between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m.? Depending on what service she would like. What service is she looking for? Just a woman's haircut for now. Okay, we have at 10 o'clock. 10 a.m. is fine. Okay, what's her first name? The first name is Lisa. Okay, perfect. So I will see Lisa at 10 o'clock on May 3rd. Okay, great. Thanks. Great. Have a great day. Bye.
Other than that, AI can only replicate us on the outside, not what comes naturally to us, not what makes us human. At least for now. Thank you for watching. Until next time.